Hey, what's up, everybody? How are you doing? I hope everybody is doing fine and that you are getting ready for the release. Today I want to talk about the champion and what I've been working on because the change in the ascendancy is way stronger than I thought it was. And I thought you could only stack a little bit of fortification, but in reality, you can get a lot of it. You can actually stack to 50 pretty easily, and if you're a degenerate, you can actually go close to 70. So I'm gonna show you that in a sec. For you, I get a little bit of math, and then I got a little bit of a POB with a template to have fun with and build whatever you want with, and then a first draft of what I've been working on. So let's go with the math part. How do I get more than 50 fortification or maximum fortification? So you get +6 from steadfast, it's a node in the tree. You get +6 or +7 from little pride, depending on which seed you want to use. You get +10 from the gloves, and these gloves drop from Uber Exact, and they are 1 to 10 roll, and you need a 10 with a corrupted +1 max frenzy charge. So that might be a little bit expensive, but more on that later. And then you need a replica badge of the Brotherhood, which is gonna give you +1 for every +1 max endurance charges. And it's also gonna make your maximum endurance charges equal to your max frenzy charges. And that's why we stack frenzy charges. And by stacking all of that, max fortification, which is actually not taking a lot of space, this is what you get with 2 nodes on your mastery. So 4 points in your ascendancy. That's what you get. 51% less damage taken, 93% more armor, 93% more evasion, 93% increased attack speed, and 102% reduced duration of ailment from 1 point of mastery in the tree. And that's basically ailment immunity for 1 point in the tree. That's just insane. That's so good. And then a little bit of teasing for the from the item that we use, the glove and the belt, that net us a total of 187% total attack speed. So that's a lot. And a little bit more on the ascendancy, you should know you get 30% more damage also built in the ascendancy because of the changes they have made to the champion. This one, which make the now the ascendancy that makes you makes monster taunted by you take 20% more damage, also now gives you taunt on hit. So it's before you had to use 4 points to get that. Now it's just 2. So with the extra 2 points, you can get adrenaline and intimidated, or a 30% increase aura effect. So for your grace and determination, and other, if you want to sneak in anger or wrath to do some sneaky elemental thing, basically it's a lot of damage. And there's no difference between going for the adrenaline node or the aura effect node on the damage. At least for the draft, the version I'm going with, POB doesn't show me a lot of difference. I'm just losing the movement speed, actually. The movement speed is the biggest difference, and yeah, that's about it. So now on the template of this fortification stacking thing, you can do a lot of things because you see that's pretty much what it is to get to every important part. The fortification, the steadfast here, and then the 2 seeds. One for this socket and one for this socket. So this one gets you 7, and it's on actually decent node, right? That's for 2-hand melee crit. That's HP. That is all res and evasion armor. This is even more armor, and this is some Warcry. So you get a decent nodes, right, for this this seed. So that's the look at the number right now. And if you don't want that, you can remove that. And on the second socket, you take the other seed. Look at the number. Okay. And this one is also placed on very good node. So you get spell suppress, move speed, spell suppress, some fizz as extra cold, some attack speed. You can go from the left, get the attack speed. If you want to save a point, you go from the right where you lose 6% attack speed for 1 point. It's your choice. And even more spell suppress. You have that. And you have a nice little 80% spell suppress from the tree, and you get your fortification at the same time. So that's the idea of the template. And I have anointed sovereignty for the first draft, but you can put any anoint. There is even a world where you remove all this extra part of the tree, anoint the +1 max frenzy, and then it gives you more point to put on the other part of the tree or even on a cluster jewel. Now, on the item part of the template, which I think is the best and mandatory. So first you have a little pride, of course, and then the glove, of course, cannot do without. Same goes for the replica. And then the belt is kind of up for discussion, but it nets you about 500% increased attack speed and sorry, attack damage, and that's a lot because yeah, you get perma onslaught, and on top of that you get your 500. That's a lot. That's a lot. So I mean, and it's cheap. It's super cheap. So I don't think you can go past perseverance. I think it's really really good. And then finally, the most discussable one is the boots of Radakesh because so that's the new version post nerf. But this gives you all the endurance charge you can get, and immune to corrupted blood, a little bit of move speed, even though it's not great, it's still 25. We'll take that. And the the thing is, if you can actually get a good way to generate endurance charge that's better than enduring cry, because enduring cry gives you the endurance charge too slow, way too slow for my taste. So a better way to generate that, I don't have one, depending on the build. I guess could go for some lip slam stun, endurance charge on stun, or some weird thing, but this stays the best. Like on bosses and in every situation, you'll have all your endurance charge, which is a lot of damage mitigation, and on top of that, it's also a lot of fortification. Sorry, yeah, you get all your fortification that way. So I think it's gonna probably be one of the best in slot. But if I get a way to generate endurance charge in a very good fashion, I would replace that for a vector ray pretty much instantly. And the corrupted blood, I put that on one of my jewels, and then the move speed will come from dark vector, so it's very good. I mean, yeah, that probably the two unique I would go for. Probably don't look at a crafted rare with elusive tailwind and stuff like that. I don't know. This is two very cheap option, I think, that will work. So for the moment, I'm staying on Ralakesh just for the endurance charge, and depending on what we get in in the league, the package, so the Tartrus skill and um, what they can give us, if there is a way to get that endurance charge, then yeah, I'll swap the boots. But for the moment, that's what it is. And that leaves a lot of room to play with. You get a lot of empty socket for the gear, and on the tree you have a lot of point to work with, depending on what seed you go for. So there you go. That's all about it for the template. So what is the first draft I have came up with? So you might have some question about why do I have 10 points? Well, it's just Conqueror will not be taken. You will be able to get Worthy 4 without taking Conqueror. So that's about it. Everything else will be the same, you just won't need to use Conqueror. And for the rest, I really want to stress out that this is a first draft and it's probably not what I will be doing in the end because there's a lot of optimization left to do. But the idea is still there, and I think you get a good enough amount of damage, and that's something that can be improved even more. So I went for the seed on the ranger side, just because it gets all the spell suppress. That's even more defense for me because I won't be stacking a lot of life with this. And as you can see, 127k HP for a 3k life build, that is very good. And that comes obviously from a crazy amount of evasion, armor, and on top of that, you get the 50 fortification, which is half the damage. So yeah, the idea is to go for smite and use the smite to basically give you all the elemental damage that you need, and then use Paradoxica to double that with a Savior to double that again, because yeah, Savior is about the mirror. You get 2 mirror that do 50% of your damage, so that's basically a double. Paradoxica is also a double, and yeah, that's about it. Since I spent a lot of point traveling, getting my crits up, and getting a little bit of HP, I don't have a lot of place for base damage in this setup. And concretely, how unrealistic is this? Everything's fine. The jewel probably won't be really expensive. Um, the light of the meaning is also lightning damage won't be expensive. The little pride, even if this seed doesn't drop, there is some backup seed. And yeah, if you guys need to know how to identify seed, I can make a video for that. Just leave me a comment saying, please help. I will. Um, yeah, everything else is very reasonable and not expensive. The chest piece and the helmet are not crazy piece, but they good piece, right? Um, they here to give you armor, basically life, armor, evasion, and help fix the res. But now the rings are my problem because these rings are, oof, yeah, they are not easy to craft. These are really not easy to craft, and I can't even use a mirror of Calandra. I mean the mirror ring um, because I need to swap the resistance around to get capped. So that's one of the issue with this build is that the res are not satisfying, and I'm having issue with that. So this is the first draft of the smite. Our damage is about 20 million, and that's not enough, I think, for the. I think I can do way more than that, but uh, for the moment, that's what it is. That's where I'm at with the template. And yeah, if you guys play with it and improve and get to something better, maybe you go for bow instead of swords, and you use the two-hand version with the little pride seed in this socket, and you forget about this part of the tree. I don't know. Just let me know, guys. I'm very curious what you come up with, and yeah. If you have any question, leave it below, and I'll see you in the next video, guys.